Yeah, yeah. And it's the daily go get mism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is going to be all right. We talk about your kids getting bullied tonight. Tonight, on this Throwback Thursday, let's get real about relationships Thursday, and we are asking the question: do you teach your children to hit back or go and tell? When your children are having social problems, when somebody is picking on them, when somebody is provoking them to fight, when somebody is bullying them, when somebody is mistreating your children. I mean, kids have to handle their own problems because you can't be a kid and get out of being a kid. You can't be a kid and be out of and get out of being a kid. And unfortunately, and I don't, yeah, I'm going to say this for most people. I don't think this is a black thing or anybody else thing. I think that all children go through this phase when they have to fight, when they have to put their dukes up, when they gotta rumble, rumble, rumble. It happens. And that's whether you the good kid, the bad kid, the quiet kid, the mischievous kid, the smart kid, the dumb kid, whatever. Somewhere, somebody is going to test your chest. Somewhere between preschool and graduation from high school, somebody is going to test your resolve. They're going to see if you will hit back. Well, as parents, it's our job to oversee all of this, and it's our job to protect our children. So, in protecting our children, we also have to show our children how to protect themselves. Some of us do a really good job at it. And one of the things that goes into teaching our children to protect themselves is teaching them coping skills, patience, thinking things out first, not just reacting. We have to teach our children how to handle their problems because the problems won't go away with a punch or a kick or a hit. More than likely, that will cause more problems. And we'll get into that. We'll get into that a little bit more as we continue talking about this topic. But without any more information, what do you think? What is your technique when you tell when your children say that such and such was hitting me, or they were picking on me, or they were trying to hurt me or punch me, or whatever form of violence that children inflict on each other, or pose a threat of? How would you teach your children, or how do you teach your children? How have you taught your children to deal with people who try to put their hands on them? Now, for a lot of parents, if it's a after school fight or problems around the way, a lot of parents teach their children, all right, well, I'm gonna show you how to hold your hands. I'm gonna show you, if they try to jump you or something like that, I'm gonna show you to pick out the toughest one, or the one that has all the mouth or whatever, and you go in on him, and everybody else will start standing back. There's a lot of mental there are a lot of mental techniques to this whole thing. But you may also teach your children that when it comes to school, you don't want to get in trouble in school. So you don't want to get sent to the principal's office, and you don't want to get suspended, and you don't want to put your academic future in jeopardy. School is not the place for you to fight, even though it may be at school where that sometimes school is the only place people have ever had to fight. For some people, you know, after school, after school. I said You know how it go. You know how it went. after school. So I remember hearing them words, not another word spoken after school. Okay. Yeah, you got all that mouth after school. And there were some people who fought after school. And there were some people who would get it on right there in the classroom. I've seen it. Right there in the classroom. Knocking over desks, people getting out of the way and instigating at the same time. Getting out of the way and instigating at the same time. Ooh, yeah, get him. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that type of thing. Or in the lunchroom. Or in the gym, in the locker room. Or in the hallways. It's not necessarily a reflection on the school. Children get into shit. Young people get into shit. And one of the ways that you proved yourself back in the day was be able to hold them hands. Be able to hold them hands. You gonna get these. Got hands. It's funny how we talk about such and such got hands these days. These kids nowadays don't seem to have no hands. The kids back in the days had hands. Okay. But like I was saying, in school, you may teach your children especially at a young age, to go tell the teacher. If somebody tries to hurt you or threaten you or whatever, go tell the teacher. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with teaching your children to go call the authorities. However, what up, Stacy? What up, Stacy White? Thanks for coming on through. I appreciate you. However, as we know that children can be cruel, we know that nobody likes a tattletale. Nobody likes a snitch. Nobody likes a punk. And there is a good chance that you may be called a snitch, a rat, a sissy, a punk, if you go tell the teacher. Like, children's business has to be handled amongst children. So you don't go telling or inviting adults into kids' business. And yeah, I hate to say it, but you really do have to take your bumps and bruises. Now, we are really asking ourselves as adults, as mothers, as sisters, as big brothers, and as mothers and fathers, and big brothers and big sisters, or aunties and uncles and grandparents or whatever. How and what do we teach our children to do in order to protect themselves and keep themselves all right? Do you teach your kids that if he hits you, hit him back? If she hits you, hit her back. Don't let nobody push you around. Don't let nobody disrespect you. Don't let nobody treat you like a punk. Because you know, once you get labeled as a punk, now everybody feel like they got the green light to treat you like a punk, to treat you like you can't fight, to test your chest. Everybody want a piece of the pie. Everybody want to try to get at you. Everybody. No, it's not fair. It ain't fair and it ain't cool. So what direction do you teach your children to go? How do you teach them to handle? How do you teach them to cope? Do you tell them, go get the teacher if he tries to hit you or if he tells you that he wants to fight you, he or she? Or do you say, all right, you bought this candy, you about to eat it. You bought this candy and you about to eat it. You not gonna like the taste of this rock candy, baby. I got the rock candy for you. If you teach your children to handle violence with violence, or handle verbal threats with violence, it can go left. because our children are young. They are impressionable, and they're looking for whatever works. They're looking to use whatever works. So if you teach your kids to punch, kick, and hit their way out of trouble, they will understand it. They'll get better at it, but there's a good chance they won't employ any other techniques. And that's what I'm talking about when I say the social aspect of growing up, the social aspect of parents. You know, are we the type of parents that remember what we had to go through when we were younger? Or are we the type of parents who whatever happened to us when we were younger had such a strong impact on us that we would never want our children to ever experience any part of what we grew up with? You know, that's a dangerous position, because when you feel like everybody was against you, everybody was picking on you, and you had to fight your way out of trouble, or fight your way into being respected or whatever, you're going to carry that same energy to your children, and there's a good chance that you may teach them the same way. Not too many people that I know teach their children to cower when they have been when they grew up being bullied themselves. Nobody wants to see anybody, you know, close to them get threatened or bullied or hurt or be scared. You don't want that for your children. Even if you are afraid, you have an obligation to protect your children with confidence. But you have to be smart. You got to be a parent. You have to be an adult. You signed up for that. You signed up for being a parent and an adult. So, you know, you have to do a better job in making sure that your children understand that they have to be rational when it comes to using violence or getting out of trouble, whether it's trouble with their own peers or whether it's trouble with adults. You know, you have to teach your children what to say and what not to say, what to do and what not to do, how to think about what they do, think about the impact, think about the gravity, think about the consequences, think about what could happen if you put your hands on somebody or even retaliate against somebody. Because, you know, with some people, with some kids, you know, it don't stop at, all right, you hit me and I hit you back, or you hit me and I beat you up. It don't stop with that with all children. You know, so they might go get their brother, their sister. Your kid might be an only child, or maybe they only have a younger sibling or siblings, so they don't have nobody to go get. Meanwhile, you dealing with somebody, they got 7 or 8 brothers and sisters, and they all ready to ride. They don't do nothing but fight. Now you beat up one of them or got the best of one of them, but he ain't thinking about nothing but revenge, retaliation, and get back. Revenge, retaliation, and get back. I'ma see you. I'ma get you. I'ma see you. I'ma get you. I'ma see you. I'ma get you. I'ma get you back. See you. Get you back. See you. I'ma get you. I'ma get you back. See you. I'ma get you back. See you. I'ma get you. I'ma get you back. I'ma get you back. We gotta protect our babies, but do we teach them to go get the teacher? Go get the principal, go get the non-teaching assistant, the NTA. What do y'all think? What do we do? What's the best way to handle it? I ain't gonna lie. With me, I'm teaching my kids, you not only do you hit back, but you hit as hard as you can. And you prepare yourself to get hit back hard as you hit, or even harder. Just be prepared to fight after you put your hands on them. That's what I would have to teach my kids. Like, that fight ain't over because you knocked them down, or because you got the best of them, or because somebody broke it up. Be ready. Be ready to give it all you got, because it's the truth. When you fight somebody with the intensity and energy and fervor, they don't want to fight you again. Even if they get the best of you, they realize like this person is serious when they fight. Very, very serious. You can always tell when you fought somebody who was afraid of you. Them punches ain't landing the way they supposed to, because they not getting pushed the way that they supposed to. They're more concentrating on not making you mad than actually winning the fight. Well, you probably want to teach your kids, you punch like the aggressor. You punch like somebody else is weak and you're just nothing but strong. If you're going to fight somebody, you fight them hard. You fight them so they want to put you on the team or join yours. That's more than likely what I would teach my kids. Is that the 100% right way? No, because they can get in trouble. And that's why you have to teach your children timing. When is the right time to be able to defend yourself, protect yourself, or even exact some revenge? When is the best time? Because when the teacher is looking, that ain't the best time. Or when you're in a position where somebody's going to tell on you, that ain't the best time. Or when the principal or some other authoritative adult is around, that ain't the best time. That ain't the best time. You know. So I don't know if parents who teach their children to go tell, I don't know if they're teaching them what the best time may be. But I'm not going to say they're teaching your children to go call the authorities or to go get a grown-up or an adult. I'm not going to say that that's the wrong thing. It really is the right thing. It's just not the accepted right thing. You want to turn the storm off. You want to get the storm off your back. And unfortunately, going to go get the teacher or an adult or somebody like that is not a way to stop. Because, you know, kids can be cruel. Now they call you a tattletale, a snitch, a rat, a punk. So you have to take your children's social position into consideration when you are teaching them what to do and what not to do. You can't be forgetting where you came from as a parent. You know, some parents forget where they came from. They forget that they had to fight their way through it. They forgot that they were scared. They forgot that, you know, that sometimes you had to fight somebody more than once. They may have forgotten. They may have forgotten that they didn't break code. In other words, the code was nobody tell nobody. Nobody tell on nobody. You got to handle this. You know, like they said around my way, and I'm sure they said this around a lot of other people's ways. Can't get along, get a fair one going. Can't get along, get a fair one going. Can't get along, get a fair one going, man. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Oh, man. You know, you think about young children, 6, 7 years old. A lot of times the fight is over with just a hit. You know, because as crazy as it seems, you know, children think that other children can really, really hurt them. And if they're trained, they can. But for the most part, children don't really hurt each other too bad. They're not that strong. But when you're small and somebody is a little bit bigger than you, they look a lot big. They're a lot bigger than you. They look a lot bigger than you because, you know, that's your perception and your perspective. From your point of view, they look bigger. They look stronger. They look dangerous. You know, And that's how bullies get over when they're younger. That's how they get over. They look bigger than everybody else. They're really not that much bigger or taller. Definitely not that much stronger. And they're not tougher. Bullies aren't normally tough. Some of them are. Some of them are. They're not all excluded. But most of them are a little soft. And I just know that from, being, being having bully attempts come at me. And I said I was always that type of person that was like, all right, well, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. So we're gonna get this popping. We're gonna get it shaking because I never liked to be scared of nobody. So the times when I was scared of somebody, I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. I'm like, ugh, nah, we gotta go ahead. We gotta go ahead and fix this thing. It got to be fixed because this ain't gonna get it. Hold on. Just getting a few things together, y'all. But yeah. So you as a parent can't start forgetting where you came from. You got to remember. You got to remember how you handle things and how you were taught to handle things. You got to remember where you came from as a parent. You got to remember what you did in order to remedy violent situations when you were a kid. You got to remember. And you got to teach your kids properly. You may not be able to teach them to do the exact same thing that you did because you may have been ultra violent. You may have been ultra violent. You might have been the type of kid that brought, brass knuckles and knives and nunchucks and shit like that to school. Or just carrying them around, ready for war, no matter what the war is for. And some things that may happen to you as a kid may show you that you need to do that. Care Bear, what's going on? And she says, I tell my kids to try to diffuse the situation first, but don't let somebody beat up on you. Try to tell them, listen, we can work this out. We ain't really got to fight. But the thing is, that shit don't be working. At least it's not back in the day when somebody really, I don't know. I talk about back in the day a lot because it's Throwback Thursday, and that's where we are with it. But it just seemed like, from my experience, when somebody wanted to fight you back in the day, y'all was gonna fight. You wasn't gonna be able to reason with them. All right, well, yeah, I see what you're saying, but I still want to fight you. Put your hands up. And you don't put your hands up, you was gonna get, you gonna get stole. You gonna get sucker punched. No, I ain't sneak you. I told you to put your hands up. You ain't put your hands up. You got punched in the mouth. Now your jaw rattling. Your nose crooked. It's not always that extreme because, like I said, from one child to another, there aren't usually really big differences in the strength that either child has. Not always. Sometimes it is. But our perception and our perspective makes us afraid of our peers more than anybody else. And it's so crazy when you think about it. Care Bear says they are encouraged to tell if the situation gets out of hand. Okay. Stacy says, as they get older, they don't want to fight no more, but they want to use weapons. They want to take things. Wait, they want to take the coward road. I wish I could disagree with that, but this generation. She also says bullies get mad at you because you are blessed, and they try to pick a fight with you, and that goes down into adulthood, which is sickening. powerful, powerful. And she also says they want to try and take your stuff. You're not going to, and you're not going to let them, and you're not going to let them take your stuff. Started in your younger years and going into your adult years. Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Children understand fear. They understand it perfectly clear, wholeheartedly. They understand fear. What's harder to get a child to understand is confidence. And normally the children that have the most confidence are children who are proven to be able to do something good in the area of a talent. You know, being good at sports or being good at something, being, I don't care, playing an instrument, video games or whatever. It builds your talent. I mean, it builds your confidence. And when your confidence is strong, it trickles over into other areas of your life, just like when you are unconfident in one area or in some areas, it seems to spill over into other areas and not in a positive way, very destructive. Stacy White says, somebody could tell if you got fear on you and you don't have fear on you. And if you don't have fear on you, they can. Some people they can smell it like a bloodhound. Like this nigga's scared. Something you gotta deal with, you know what I'm saying? You gotta deal with it. So, you deal with it. But you gotta teach your kids how to deal with it. You gotta teach them how to deal, how to cope. Even if you teach your kids how to really fight well, you gotta teach them how not to be excessive. Like, all right, you got the best of them. You won the fight. You ain't gotta keep beating. Don't keep beating. Because that'll show you how to lose the fight in life. Or you could actually lose your life. We don't want any of those scenarios. We don't want any of those scenarios. Stacey says another thing, Omar. One thing you don't want to do is mess with a scary person. That's not good. It depends. Some scary people are punks and they'll run. You know, that's funny. Some people who are too afraid to fight will run. Like they will not tell the teacher. They are not telling, no snitching, but they will pew. I said pew. Get on up out of there. They will get on up out of there. Some scary people. Other scary people might be dangerous. I think even confident people are scared, or at least a little scared when they fight somebody. You don't know if somebody you don't know what they have. You just don't know. They may look like they can't fight, act like they can't fight, but you might find out that they have a lot of fight in them. You might find it. You might find that out. You never know. You never, 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 never know. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. All right. So yeah, the decision of whether to teach your kids to hit back or to go tell, it's not always an easy decision. It can be kind of hard. Stacey White said some might not run. Depends on what kind of fear they have in them. Depends on what kind of fear they have in them. Let me teach you how peer pressure works. My dad always taught me that a good run is better than a bad stand. So if you about to get jumped, it's probably better that you get on up out of there. Don't let them outnumber you and beat you down. Meanwhile, around my way, the influence of the older kids was, don't you ever run from a fight. Ever. I don't care how many of them it is. You fight them all. Guess which one was more influential to me? The kids around the way. Because I had to deal with them in real time. And I've seen the way they dealt with people who ran. They found out that you ran from a fight. Oh, you a punk. You would never live it down around the way. You could live down a whole lot of other things. But you ain't living that down. You ran? You ran? Yeah, but it was like 4 or 5 of them. Yeah, but so what? You pick up a bottle. You pick up a brick. That's what we told each other. You know what I mean? All these 40 bottles around here, whatever, put them to use. Never acknowledging that can't those same bricks and bottles be used on you? They told us not to run. I never ran. I never ran. And I've been jumped a few times. Nope, had to stand in there. Rumble fish. Now, what causes a person to get jumped? At another date, we should explore that. What causes a person to get jumped? To this day, I don't get it. I didn't hang around with kids who jumped. We didn't do that. If I grew up in South Philly, I guess I would know all about it because they do that. That's what they do. Shout out to South. No shout out to South Philly. No shout out. Nope. No. They different. I don't want to get too local and get too personal over here. All right, we gonna do these birthday shout outs. Yes, we will. Yes, we are. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious January 18th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number 1 out the box. Do y'all remember that last night? I was reading the Jones wrong, but I'm going to get it right now. Number 1 out the box, my man Dwayne Branham. Happy birthday to you. And go get her, Miss Bossy Law. Happy birthday to you, Miss Bossy. And also my man Craig Hamilton, turning 53 years old today. And Chris Zimmerman, happy birthday to you. And Price Ness, Irriton Brine, happy birthday to you. And Apostle Dion Ford, happy birthday also. And Andre Greenlee, happy birthday to you. Hold on. Apostle Dion Ford is raising money for the American Heart Association. Do the damn thing. And Nakia Nicole, happy birthday to you. And also my man Johnny Robinson, Johnny Robinson turning 54 years old today. He's a 1970 baby. With the blind, with the crazy. And also Felicia Edwards. Happy birthday to you. And last but not least, my man William Reeves turning 45 years old today. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that the day finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious January 18th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn to rock out. Rock on it, do the damn, rock out. Rock on it, do the damn thing. You do the thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. Anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, we gotta teach ourselves and teach the babies. We gotta put our children in positions to succeed at all times. So whether you're teaching your children to read, to study, to go to school, to make friends, to respect elders, to show love, to be smart, to protect themselves, whatever, you have to teach your children how to be patient. You have to teach them how to think things out, how to consider the consequences, how to take accountability for their actions, to take into consideration how something would make others feel, make themselves feel if it was done to them. But at the same time, we have to teach them that, listen, when your back is up against the wall, show no mercy. You hit like you rehearsed it. You get it on like you was rehearsing it. But more importantly than anything else, do not throw punches like they do in the movies. You're going to get knocked out. Remember, in the movies, it's already set in stone who's supposed to win. So, somebody coming all the way from back here works in the movies. In real life, you're going to get knocked out as you pull back. Click. You never want to get a chance to get that shot off, that punch off. But, if you want to teach your children to tell the teacher, to tell the police, to tell an authority member, to tell the counselor, the whoever is in charge, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. But just remember what they may have to go through if they choose that route. There's a time and place for all things. Bar none, there's a time and a place for all things. And hopefully we teach our babies the right time and the right place in order to get the things that they need to get done. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night for another Daily Go Getimism show. So make sure that y'all come on through. And let's end this week together the right way. Hey. All right. So we're going to get on up out of here, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And one love, baby. 111.